Hi, today's quick tip is going to be how to erase a hard drive or an external drive on a Mac. So there's a very few steps that you have to do to erase it, but before you begin, just make sure that everything that's on your hard drive is okay to be deleted because you'll never get it back after you format it. So if I wanted to erase my passport hard drive here, and I double clicked on it, I might want to check through the files to make sure there's nothing on here that's important. What's really good about formatting a drive is that it cleans it up and it starts fresh, and you can do it in many different ways, but the easiest and most simplest way is simply to use the utility that comes with Apple. So the first thing you would do is go to the Go menu, go to Utilities. Once the Utilities is open, go to Disk Utility. Now, once Disk Utility is open, you're going to see your hard drives here on the left. I have a hard drive, Yosemite, Maverick, and my passport. As you can see, they're listed just like they are on my desktop. Here's Yosemite, Maverick, and passport. Now, the passport is my external drive, and I would like to erase that. I could erase it clicking this, or I could erase it clicking that. As you can see, I get different options. If I wanted to partition the hard drive, which now you see I have that ability to do here, or I can just click my passport and just have the erase command. What the difference between partition and erase is similar to the hard drive I have at the top. These are partitioned hard drives. I have one hard drive called Yosemite, and it's split on my desktop into two drives, but it's really coming from one drive. In order to erase the My Passport hard drive, which is the only one that I want to do, I simply click on the lower one, go to the Erase tab, select Mac OS Extended Journaled if you're on a Mac, and then of course I'm going to name it My Passport or anything else that I want, and I'm now going to hit Erase. Think for a minute before you click this button because you'll never get any data back that's on that passport. So take a moment, make sure there's nothing on there you really needed, and then click Erase. Once it erases, it'll eject the volume, it'll erase the volume, and you see it disappeared from the left-hand corner over here. And it's now asking me if I want to make it into a backup disk. I don't. And now you can see the partition has been created. Here it's giving me some information. I don't need to use it as a backup, so I'm going to click Don't Use. And now you can see it right here on my desktop. And as I showed you before, there were files in it. Now there is not. So that's pretty much how you do it. If you wanted to partition the drive, which is kind of interesting, or if you wanted to check simply that the hard drive was in good condition, you can go to First Aid, hit Repair Disk, and it will actually go through a repair on it to make sure that everything was okay. Normally, if it wasn't okay, it wouldn't have gone through the whole process without an error. But if you want to do an extra check, you can. If you click on the hard drive over here, and let's say you wanted to partition it, meaning make this hard drive into two, you would simply select three partitions, or two partitions, let's say we'll do it as two, and you would hit Apply. When it asks you, do you want to partition it, you say OK, and now you're going to see this hard drive turn into two hard drives. And again, don't use. Here's the first hard drive came up, don't use, and there's the second one. So this really is one hard drive that's just split into two. If you're wondering why you would do this, well, the reason is if you have a laptop and you really need to fix it, you really need to have a second hard drive to be able to boot off of, so in order that you could fix a hard drive that's damaged. I often partition my hard drives on my laptop before I get started with any new laptop because I think it's a great way of putting an operating system on both, and then if one goes bad, I always have the backup to fix the one that's good. So that's always a good way of doing it. So you've learned today how to erase a hard drive. And by the way, if you decide afterwards you don't want to have these partitioned, you just wanted to try it out, click Erase in the tab here. Again, select the top area, hit Erase, Erase, and you're going to see that's going to go back to one hard drive. Of course, as you're doing this, you're going to lose any data that's on it, so keep that in mind. And as you can see, I have one hard drive here. So hope you liked that tutorial. It's pretty simple. You just go to Go, Utilities, and select Disk Utility and go through the process that I showed you. All right? Hope you enjoyed. Good.